Hello again, guys. It is iFreeze700. We are back. This time, we're doing a reaction. So this is a Warhammer 30k, I believe, or 40k. We'll see. Warhammer something k fan-made film called Death of Hope. Part 1, apparently. So I guess there's going to be a part 2 here pretty soon. Hey, let's do theater mode. Let's actually, fuck it. Let's go full screen. Hell yeah. Alright, so let's start up. It's 20 minutes long, so I'm kind of nervous about that. Because whenever something's 20 minutes long, that means that there might be, like, a lot of characters, a lot of plot. And that's kind of scary because that means I have to remember a bunch of names. So let's see. Oh, it's rated R, apparently. I thought that was only for movies. I guess this is considered a movie. Alright. 100% fan-made unofficial Warhammer Horus Heresy short. Okay, we're in 30k. We're in 30k. The Titanic labor you're about to see was 3D model anime. What does he mean by see? Am I supposed to, like, watch this blindfolded? Am I going to bird box myself to watch this? Anarchy Reigns. That's a book title. As Angron and Lorgar continue their bloody crusade across the 500 worlds. This is during the Shadow Crusade. Hell yeah! A splintered fleet of traitor legionaries travel apart from their fathers, extending their will across the stars. Their recent attack, a world named Sathas. Nearing the end of the battle, a censored ultramarine rallied loyalists to penetrate the world-bearer ship in an effort to halt the assault. It came at great cost and no victory. Okay. With their homeworld in flames, the remaining ultramarines, along with a number of civilians, were taken prisoner. They now traverse through the rune storms to the next unsuspecting world. That's not good. That means they're in the warp.
Lies. He has deluded himself into denying an inconvenient truth.
This must be a Diabolist talking.
That Ultramar no longer
Unless this is Lorgar's voice.
He says that we won the war and turned back the Shadow Crusade.
Hell yeah. I love the Shadow Crusade.
We must forge a second empire.
Imperial Secundus, yeah.
None of this is true. On the crag, he believes that order reigns. That is also wrong. The denial of another inconvenient truth.
Ooh.
Because out on the fringes, farthest from the light, only two things are true. Anarchy reigns, and the war for Ultramar isn't over.
Ooh, a Warhound Titan. Yeah! Are we gonna see this? That's actually got me pumped. I love Warhounds. This is pretty well done, I ain't gonna lie. For just some guy who made this. This is really good. I don't know what the fuck that's called. But I can guarantee you this has to be Chaos related. Ugh. It kind of reminds me of, like, Nightmare Before Christmas, the way it's moving. Now, Nightmare Before Christmas wasn't, like, 3D anime. I think it was a stop film where they just kept moving Play-Doh, like, doom, and just kept taking pictures. A monument to older fans of the true grimdark universe. Oh, his head's detached. Okay.
Fight from shadows, behind masks.
So, are we gonna actually see anything move? Because the only thing that's moving is a Warhound and the turrets. So, are we gonna see people move, or is this gonna be like? Ooh, that guy got ripped in half. Ooh. Get fucked. Oh shit, his eyeballs out of his helmet. Damn! What punch through him? Holy shit. That's not normal, especially during this time. Oh, he's got the old armor too. It's not the new. That's good. That's a good detail. Encapsulating its essence against modern tides. Yeah, the old armor. Yeah, I love that shit. I wonder what punched through that guy's whole, like, chest, though. Because, like, during this time, many Space Marine guns weren't that effective. That's a bloodletter. Ooh. Or bloodthirster. Ew, what the fuck's that? Is that a mutant? No, it's not a mutant. That might be a mutant. Alright, that spider thing is not a mutant. I can guarantee you that. Ugh. Yeah, being in the warp tends to mutate you really badly. So having like a bunch of like twisty heads and stuff, that's normal, I guess. Oh, Space Marines. Oh, that's a demon. That's not a mutant, that's a demon. Are they escorting an Ultramarine somewhere? Is that what they're doing? So those are clearly Chaos Worshippers, but I can't tell if they're Mechanicus. They can't be, because the second guy's not wearing a lot of stuff. So he can't be a Mechanicus. He's got to be just a regular cultist. That's the Mechanicus. Yeah, that's a tech priest there. It's possibly a Magus. Wow, that's a Servitor. Nice. This guy's not holding back. He's showing the darkness of the universe. I like it. Why is there an Ultramarine there too? That's a Dreadnought! Yeah! I've been meaning to talk about Chaos Dreadnoughts for a long time. I think that's a word bearer? Or is that... Oh my god, there's demons walking outside the ship, just walking. I love it too, and how we don't understand what the fuck they're saying. Because, like, there's a lot of languages in the Imperium. Oh, wow. He got binded to the ship. Eek, that's not good. Is this a torture chamber or something? This is giving me Doom vibes. If you've ever played Doom 3, this is what it feels like. Oh, that's a World Eater arena pit. Yeah, they usually fight in the arena like this all the time. I like that. I like how modified they are with all the little nodules and shit all in their body. That's very accurate. And I love on how big they are too, because that's again accurate. Okay. Yeah. World Eaters, yeah. They're still wearing the white and blue paint, which is nice, because that's accurate. They didn't really wear red armor until like way later. Way later. I think that's... Yeah, it's an Ultramarine. Yeah. The head thing gives it away. Kind of got fucked though, I can see that. I love how the Space Marines are fighting so fluidly and so fast, because as big as they are, that's what you would expect. They're actually super fast, super crazy strong. And I guess it's a Bloodhound. This is all guesswork right now, I'm just kind of looking at it. There's the Mechanicus again. Yeah, anyone wearing red right now is... Wow, that frame rate kind of dropped. Wow.
An event has been triggered on
Ooh, too
deck
loud.
CD-32. Capture him alive.
Yeah, anyone wearing red right now is not a World Eater. Yeah. Anyone wearing red right now is a Word Bearer, not a World Eater. World Eaters didn't start wearing red till way later, so I'm glad this guy got that detail right. Or at least so far, he's gotten it right. Oh, that's a World Eater right there. Yeah. He's just so covered in blood, I can't see his fucking paint. But I guess his name is Nicole? Eyes forward, Menials. Useless fucks. Well, at least he's a good candidate for the Dreadnoughts, because, I mean, there's still half a body left. I'm getting a lot of, like, Doom 3 vibes out of this, but I'm also getting a lot of Event Horizon on how there's, like, a lot of hallucinations and shit. God, dude, it must be awful to be a prisoner on this fucking thing. Which is, again, lore accurate. I like the force fields, that looks nice. Oh, we're getting rapey, baby. Oof. So they are cultists, they're not Mechanicus guys. Oh yeah, the Eldar. Here we are. Oh shit, that looks great. Nice. I wasn't expecting Eldar in this. I like on how they made the Wraith bone actually look like bone. That's great. That's a good detail right there. Oh.
Mommy's here.
Oh.
Won't hurt you. I promise.
Yeah. Ew. Ooh.
All the bad people are gone now. You can wait, sweetie. Yes. Wake up. Please wait. Wake up! You little bastard boy! Wake up!
Yeah. I'm sensing an exterminatus right there. Ugh. I kind of don't like how they're walking with their arms like flailing like that. It's just kind of weird. It's just kind of weird. I don't know. It's just weird to me. So he knows those cultists.
What is the meaning of this?
What you see before you is a lie, I think.
Then we are nearly there.
Correct.
Have you recovered?
I breathe. It will be enough. Prepare yourself.
So I'm assuming this guy's a mercenary or an Imperial Guardsman. Now I know you may think that's weird, but we'll talk about that after the video. I kind of don't like talking during movies. I'm actually very quiet usually. He's got to be a mercenary or an Imperial Guardsman. There's no way he's a traitor. Just no way.
Your weak flesh has endured unworthy one.
And that's the World Eater.
Aspire to become one with the 13th Legion. We will see word from your enemy. The pit with you unworthy.
I need not be modified to challenge a son of the Red Angel.
Pity. You were the mere worthy opponent.
Oh shit! He is fucking huge.
Do your worst.
Your fight is with me, World Eater.
God has other plans for you, protagonist. This excuse of a warrior owes me his blood. Now move, for the nails do it for you.
Ah, yes. They kind of regard the butcher nails in kind of like a third-person point of view. Is that a blob? No, it's a... Okay. I was gonna say... Ew.
Do you seek more for your entertainment? A glory in death, perhaps?
You sought redemption and honor by boarding this vessel. To be accepted once again by your fellow kinsmen. There is no glory for you here. You are nothing, and will continue that existence as we march your shells onto the streets of neighboring worlds. Forever a traitor in the eyes of your proud legion.
You want my armor, cousin? Release me, and I will give it freely.
As you wish.
Ah, power weapon. Yeah. That has to be a Diabolist. That has to be. So this guy's censored. That's what the red paint is on his helmet. He's censored. That means that Gilliman didn't like him and just censored his ass. Because he probably did something heretical. Like conspire.
For the 500 worlds.
I mean, not conspire, but like plan a stratagem against other Space Marines. Which is considered heretical. Maybe I was wrong about that guy. Maybe he's not. Ooh. That's a Gall Verbach. Yeah. It keeps saying Academy on his shoulder, so I don't think he's an Imperial Guardsman. I think he's actually something more. Is that a ship alarm, or is that just... What kind of alarm is that? Why is no one reacting to it? Wait, all the Ultramarines are together now.
Let's begin.
Oh. Those are word bearers inside the Ultramarine armor, I think. Okay, so that was nice. Is there anything else? Oh, a cute little story about how this guy got into Warhammer, I think. Or this guy. Nah, you could tell. I don't really care, really.
These are
Do you believe in gods, woman?
There was said that I am forsaken.
have been blessed. You yet live. You are chosen. And yet, you cast doubt.
I believe. I believe him.
Protects. That remains to be seen.
Okay, so let's kind of bring it back now. So, this was actually really good. I actually like a few things about it, and we're going to get to it. So, we see a few dead Ultramarines from a boarding action, right? Now, there is something I have kind of a question about, which was one of the Ultramarines. Let's lower the volume back down again. This one. Something ripped through his chest plate, like completely through it. I kind of want to know what did that, because during this time period, the only Legion that actually had anything that was really capable of doing this kind of damage was the Alpha Legion, because they began researching bolter rounds that would actually penetrate armor before anybody else did. And also the Word Bearers with their demon powers. So I'm curious if this was like a gun, or if maybe a Word Bearer like enchanted a World Eater and he just decided to punch the fucking heart out of the dude's back. I also like the demons and shit that we see here. Yeah, I like this. I like this a lot. I like how it's not blatantly red like some people do. I also like these demons here too, because like they just look wrong, but at the same time they look dreamlike, do they not? Like when a human being is in the warp and their soul is there, it's supposed to feel like a dream, unless you're a psyker. If you're a psyker, you have a little bit more control. It's almost like a lucid dream. Like you actually can see things, you actually remember what's going on. But if you're just a normal person, it'd feel like just a nightmare, like just a dream. That's what your soul would be kind of going through, is this dream-like monsters and entities where they just keep flashing and disappearing, and they look so grotesque that it's not even based on reality. I'm just going to mute it for now because I'm just going to talk. Now, this scene, I'm not too sure what's going on here. Like, I think these are both cultists who are just menials. They're just meant to do basic tasks like removing a restraint and then die. Like, clearly these aren't Mechanicus boys, because they would be a lot more robed up, and they would also be a lot more mechanical. Maybe the one who is wearing like a little bit of a hood might be a little bit Mechanicus, but I doubt it. I also love it too, and it has like a lot of dead bodies laying around. Now this, I think, is really good. I like the way he captured this. How big and terrifying those Dreadnoughts are. This is really good. I like this. The only thing is that a lot of people don't know this, but a lot of Chaos Dreadnoughts aren't necessarily on Chaos's side. Now, the Word Bearers are an exception. Even Night Lords maybe are a little bit of an exception too. But when it comes to World Eaters, their Dreadnoughts had no idea why they were fighting Ultramarines. No idea whatsoever. And they asked questions too. They're like, why are we fighting Ultramarines? Oh well, for the Emperor. And they would charge in. But then once they realized what's going on, they would either rebel, in which case they would get shut down and killed, or they would just kind of be left turned off and just be driven insane, to the point that they would basically do whatever they needed to do. Now let's talk about this. So this is really good. I like this. You see how modified he is? I don't know about the mask. That could probably be from a mouth injury or maybe just a personal modification. These dreads too, I like that. Because if you ever see Angron, he has a bunch of dreads. And those are kind of like the butcher nails, just digging into your skull. I love that. That's great detail. I love it. I just love on how modified it is. Like, nothing here is sexy. Like, it's not some muscular macho man. No, he looks like a monstrosity. How big their chest is, how, like, disproportionate the muscle growth is. But then you also see how smooth he can move. And that's very lore accurate. That's very great. I also like it, too, on how just about every Ultramarine is blonde. Something that I think... maybe it's due to the way the movie is done here. Like, see, like, all of Gilliman's boys are going to be white with blonde hair. That's normal. Same with the Emperor's Children. They're all kind of white with blonde to brown hair. But here, I like on how he's a little bit darker because he's a World Eater. World Eater skin pigments vary because they don't come from a single world. They come from a lot of worlds. So I kind of want to see more World Eaters, but I hope that when the guy makes them, I hope he changes their skin color. So like each World Eater's different color. Like one may be super pale, the other one may be dark as fucking night. Like that's the World Eaters. That's what they're supposed to be. It's just like a roving legion. Now, I like this here, the Mechanicus. I like this. Now, it's actually really funny is that this here, this is all Mechanicus. This is not Chaos. This is not anything heretical. This is just a normal tech priest, magus maybe even. Like, this is just normal Mechanicus dudes. They may be traitors, but nothing here tells me Chaos Mechanicus. This is just normal Mechanicus. So this is what I like about it, is that you may see this and you may go, wow, these machines are fucking terrifying. Look how grotesque they are. Not really. This is normal. Even on the Imperium side, you'd probably see this. Very common and very often. So I like that. I like that little detail. Like how he doesn't even have legs. He's got like these little crab claws. Like the corporate dude from Monsters, Inc. Yeah. I like that. I like that a lot. Besides that, I kind of want to address this because I feel like a lot of people are going to ask on the web. Can an Ultramarine or any Marine really survive in this state? Yes, they can. I've seen Space Marines survive in much worse in the books. So it is totally possible for a Space Marine to live like this, but you also have to factor in this. Chaos does not use Geller fields when they travel the warp. That's why there's demons walking around all over the place. So the laws of reality are different right now. The ship is tainted to the brim with chaos potential. So for him to survive like this, it's not only possible, it's totally gonna happen because of the warp. There are a few people who are stuck in a warp-contaminated ship where they're dead. Dead as rights can be. Their head is off, their brain is mushed, yet they're still alive. They're still breathing while the demons eat them, and then their skin keeps regenerating, so they just keep getting eaten forever and permanently tortured. That's perfectly possible. It's the laws of reality are totally fucking gone. Sorry if my sentences don't sound that structured. It's because I'm reacting. I'm not editing this whatsoever. This scene here, I don't know what the fuck's going on. That's always a great thing when it talks about chaos. I don't know what's going on. So there's a woman there who's naked, and she's got like a bunch of like spikes in her boobies, in her vagina. So, and she's chained up. So this could mean a few things. Either they're sacrificing her, or these guys are going to gang rape her, or they're possibly just torturing her, which could also be a possibility. You know, just rip the breast, rip her vagina. Yeah. For all you ladies there, you're probably squeamishing around, and you're like, that sounds painful. And it probably is. Because you have to remember that offering pain to the Chaos Gods is one of the higher emotions you can offer. So these guys are just priests. That's all they are. As you can see, there's not much mechanical garb on them. It's just robes and maybe a few metal plates. So that's why I think the two guys earlier are just chaos cultists. That's all they are. Sure, one of them has like a mask and the other one's got like fucked up eyes, but that's pretty common in the Imperium to have like a few cybernetic implantments Yeah. Like, she doesn't even have a face. It's, like, gone. Now this scene. Okay. Not only is this gross, this is like Human Centipede Part 2, where the lady has to, like, squish her own baby. Yeah, this is gross. But it does capture the despair and the mutations that you risk when you go through the warp without your Geller fields on. She's in a ship that is contaminated with the warp. And there's no Geller fields probably on. So now she's just getting swarmed with it. And as a woman who is probably pregnant, I think she's too skinny to be pregnant. That's kind of something that's just a minor critique. Minor critique. She's a little too skinny for a woman who probably just gave birth. Okay? Let's just get that out in the open. But I don't want to kind of zoom in closer because it's disgusting to look at her. It really is. So I like this here because when the baby is born, it's going to be screaming, and that's a lot of emotion. So that's going to attract a lot of warp energies into it. But not only that, as a mother, she's going to get a lot of emotion, a lot of motherly instinct to hold in, to cradle her flesh. Well, because she's cradling her flesh, the warp mutates where now her flesh views with the baby. And now the baby's no longer existent. Now it's just part of her hands. So now her hands are permanently molded into a baby. I like that idea. I like that idea a lot. It just looks terrifying. And you see how mutilated she is. Later at the end here, a Diabolist, or a word bearer at least, maybe just a regular word bearer, is telling her how she's chosen and stuff. I don't know about that. I don't know about chosen, but she's definitely affected by the Chaos Gods. Let's skip ahead. This. I really like this. This is good. So, a lot of times when you see Eldar being portrayed in video games and any sort of animation, they always look sleek. Like fine metal. Sleek. Smooth. But their armor is supposed to be made of wraith bone. This is what this is captured. Their armor looks very bony, like kind of smooth, but at the same time kind of rough, which is what a bone should look like. Very composite. I like that a lot. I like that a lot. And then you see the jewels are perfectly crafted in there. And it's almost like as if this guy's wearing the skull of a creature that isn't his species, but in reality it's just armor. It's just super scientific armor. I like that a lot. Because I had this complaint in Dawn of War 1 and 2, is that the Eldar don't look like they're wearing wraith bone armor. They look like they're wearing metal. That's not what they're supposed to be wearing. In a lot of book covers, it looks like metal. Reality is, it's not metal. It's bone. And it's like a special type of bone because they weave it through the materium. I know. Scientific mumbo jumbo. Now this guy here, Pythane was his name. He's a little muscular. So maybe he's a mercenary? Because some mercenaries get really buff like that. But he might also be... I think he might also... see, like, he says Kagan. I think Kagan is one of these two cultist guys. So I think he might actually be a mercenary who got betrayed by one of his own people. That's what I'm thinking. That's why I'm thinking, at least, is that he might be Imperial Guardsman as well. Now, you may think Imperial Guardsman, but he's supposed to have a flak jacket. He's supposed to be just a normal dude, not this big, muscular, shoulder-padded macho man, right? Wrong. During the Horus Heresy, I talked about this, the Imperial Army is what they were called back then. There wasn't the Imperial Guard. The Imperial Guard came after the Horus Heresy. So during this time, the Imperial Army actually had very little structure in it. So it could be totally possible this guy's a genetically modified human. Maybe he's just a human that's very experienced and very muscular and has his own personal armor and war gear. Totally possible. But Here's the issue. Either one, this Ultramarine's being very nice to this guy because they're in the shit together, so may as well. Or he's being really nice to this guy because he might not be either one of those. He might actually be an Ultramarine scout, an Ultramarine neophyte. The only reason why I say that is because he's got the blonde hair, he's very muscular, and right here, like this Warhound, I mean not Warhound, this World Eater is saying that he can join the 13th Legion. So maybe this is actually just a boy, like a 10-year-old boy who's like super genetically modified from all the augmentation. So he looks like an adult when reality is he's not that old. And maybe that's what they're talking about here, is giving him their gene seed so he can join. Maybe that's what the academy thing there stands for. Is for like the Ultramarine academies. But I'm not too sure. He could be a lot of things. That's the issue. Like also like how protective the Ultramarine is of the scout. Or at least what this guy is. It might be that. Or it could be like the Space Wolves of Armageddon, where they're just protective of people that they fought alongside with. I also love this. I also love on how like his armor is so stained in blood you could barely make out the blue and you could barely make out the white, and how rusted it is. Like that is very accurate. I love that. I love that a lot. I think you could see like a handprint or two on here. So this one, the chained Marine, the restrained one. You can see by this red here that he's a censored Marine. He's probably the one that they were talking about at the very beginning here. About luring the boarding party. Now, the reason why I say that he's censored is because during this time period, it was never conceivable of the idea of Space Marine versus Space Marine. It was heretical. It was totally, like, treasonous to think of it. The thing is, though, is that Gilliman and the Ultramarines fancy themselves as tacticians and strategists. So they try to create strategies and tactics for literally every scenario. Well, those few Ultramarines who did think of tactics and strategies to fight other Space Marines, they got censored. They got penalized. So they had their helmets covered in red. And it would be these censored dudes that would actually help the Shadow Crusade a lot. They would really come in handy. I also like it too on how this guy's got like a lot of tapestry, a lot of arcane symbols on his armor. Like this is beautiful. This is really well done. And you see on how like they're talking a lot. They talk to people a lot too. I love that. The demon book on his shoulder with the demon face in it. I love it. The power weapon, honestly, it wasn't that impressive. I love it too, and how like the developer, he could have made it where the Ultramarine, the word bearer lifts up his arm like this to raise the drama. But the issue in doing so is that the shoulder pad would clip through. I've seen this in a lot of Warhammer movies and books, animations, where they'll like talk about a Marine wearing full power armor doing an action that shouldn't be possible. Now, mind you, this isn't a hindrance to the Space Marine, but it is kind of weird when your shoulder, like, clips through, you know? So I like it that he's sticking to, like, very broad, basic scenes, not these grand gestures. I like that. I like that a lot. I love it, too, and how detailed every armor is, because you have to remember that each Space Marine, when they do their armor, it's very symbolic to them. It's very personal. So this little, I don't know what you would call it, decals, these little tiny nodules and shit that are on there, they aren't just put there to look cool. The Space Marine's not just slapping it on his armor just to say, fuck it, I'm done. No, he's putting on that armor because he feels connected to it. Maybe he earned it. Maybe he is punished, so he has to have it on him. It's stuff like that. It's what you can use these slight little details to actually tell apart other Space Marines from each other. The only thing I don't understand is this. So what's up with this red light here? You know, like, this red light's flashing, and the only people who seem to be curious are the people who aren't the Chaos guys. This guy is demon possessed. He is Galvar Bach, like, definite possessed. I love how he's got 3 eyes. Like, one here, one here, one here. Yeah, totally possessed. I love how different, yeah, as I said, I think this guy might just be a normal human being. This right here. There is no explanation to it, but you have 2 traitors right there. And then you got these 3 Ultramarines fully standing next to each other. So they outnumber these 2 guards, which is obviously a security risk. So this scenario should not be happening. What I theorize is going on is the word bearers are actually inside these armors, and they're going to infiltrate the next planet. That's what I think. Besides that, overall, I think this is pretty good. It could use some work, but I think it's really good. 1998, this man on the right happily introduced me to Warhammer at a shop, so this guy introduced him. I'm guessing this guy is the designer. Huge thank you to my friend. The hobby served as a crutch in trying times. I owe my life to it. That's nice to know. Ah, tabletop. Yeah. Sanguis gen ille sanguis deus. Yes. I wonder how long it took this guy to make this. But it's really well done. It's really good. I could see a few issues, but not any that are, like, groundbreaking. Like, the last Warhammer 40k animation I saw was that, like, oh god, what was it called? Astarte? Or whatever it was. It was only 4 parts. I think they're working on a 5th, but the guy's channel got hacked, it got deleted, then he reinstituted it with the same videos. Great for him. But, yeah, that one was, like, way off on lore in a lot of instances. Like, way off. One of the issues I had was, like... So this is a kind of just nitpicking, honestly. But in the Astarte one, when the developer made it, it's supposed to be in 40k, right? The hallways of the spaceship were really shiny and new. Yeah, no, it was not lore accurate. There's some cool things in there, like the Psychers, the way they would fight. Yeah, that was cool. That was pretty lore accurate. But not like this. This is very lore accurate. Very lore accurate. Like, I love the details. I love all the nice little nodules and shit. God, I love it. I love on how each Space Marine's armor is really different compared to the next. So it's not like the same armor, just copy, paste, copy, paste, copy, paste. No, it's different armor every time. So, besides that, this has been Freezer 700. I'm out. This has been really as a request to you guys, because you guys wanted to see me react to stuff. I hope you guys enjoyed. Maybe this wasn't the reaction you were looking for. I'm not really much of a reactionary type of guy. I'm more of just a watch it and go, okay, So, besides that, that's it. Don't forget to hit subscribe if you're new. If you guys didn't like it, type down why. I love to hear some criticism. Besides that, see you guys next time.